I'm Griffen Hernandez.
Rodell, Wyatt.
And we're here with
Matt Expresto.
Giovanni, a.k.a. Gio.
And Chuck.
We're here with interviewing them about the basketball season so far. So how do you guys think the season's going so far?
I think it's been up and down. We started off the season pretty strong. These past few games, we haven't been doing so well, but I feel like we're getting it back.
Well, what Maddox said, I just feel like we need to pick some things up, start doing a little bit more in practice.
And for you, Gio, how do you think the C team's going?
I feel like the C team it's going pretty well. I mean, at the beginning of the year, like last semester, we were getting blown out by like 40. Now we're blowing teams out by 40. So I feel like big changes coming up, and we're doing a lot better than we did last semester.
All right, what are some pros and cons so far for the season that you guys can think of? Gio, we can start with C team.
All right, well, for the C team, it's the arguing. Like, we got to stop arguing. We got to work at teammates, and that can contribute to a lot to the team. And a pro is probably got to be our skill. If we stop the arguing and stop the constant, like, bickering and the complaining, we can get this done as a team. Like, we have a lot of talent on there.
And Charles and Maddox, how do you guys think you guys can prepare for the next upcoming games? Because I know you guys we have the tournament games tonight in North Kansas City. How do you think you guys are going to prepare for the next upcoming games?
Just talk to our teammates, tell them to focus, stuff like that.
I think we just need to focus in on each game at a time. I know that all the rest of our games after this tournament are conference play. I feel like if we win all these, we have a good chance to actually win conference and just turn our season around.
All right, what as a team can y'all improve on going in like later on into the season?
I feel like we can get better on like playing as a team and all, just in general. I feel like turnovers is a big thing that we're like struggling with right now, and just like knowing when and where to like do stuff and run our plays and everything like that.
Gio, what's something you guys can improve on?
Like Maddie said, for the C team, it's the exact same, like the turnovers. Now, we're not doing this right now, but in the past, like I say about like 3 games ago, we were throwing multiple turnovers, probably like 12 turnovers, like halves, like every half. And I feel like if gold works, silver works like gold, then we can all improve the same.
With the season coming up, halfway, conference starting, is there any games you guys are excited for or ready for coming up?
I'm excited for the Christmas game. I'm also excited for the Fort game because I feel like that would be a good environment. I know Fort Osage has a really big and loud student section. I feel like it would be a fun game to play in. But obviously Christmas because that's our rival.
Is there any games you in particular are looking forward to, Chuck?
The only game I'm really looking forward to is the Christmas game because I know a lot of people from there, and I know a lot of Truman people know people from Christmas, so that would be a good game.
And for you, Giovanni, is there any games coming up that are important or you're excited for?
To be honest, not really. I mean, we already played all the teams I want to play. Like Christmas and Fort, those are the only teams I wanted to play, and we beat them. So, to be honest, whatever comes our way, I'll be ready, but I'm not saying that it's going to be my favorite matchup.
All right, with conference coming up, how do you guys feel like you guys are, like as a team? Like, are you guys ready for conference?
Yeah, I feel like we've only played one conference game this year, and we did not do that good. I feel like we're getting our rhythm back, especially with our Oak Park game that we just played. I feel like we'll come back strong and turn around.
What Maddox said, I just think we just need to focus and practice, and I think we need to do a better job of listening if we want to go far in conference, because it's not about all in game, it's about practice too. We got to start executing.
And how are you guys individually doing this season? Do you guys feel like, as a person, for each individual player? Start with you, Chuck.
I feel like I'm doing okay. I mean, I'm getting the things I need to get done, but everybody needs to work on stuff, and I got stuff to work on, but I'm getting there.
And Maddox, how about you?
I feel like I started off the season very strong, and then mid-season I started not doing my best, but I feel like I'm getting it back. I'm getting all my reps and getting my stat line all filled out, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good now.
All right, looking at the stats, Charles, you were averaging 8.3 rebounds. Tell me what it's like being a beast in the paint.
I mean, it's hard. Like, I gotta go against a lot of people taller than me, bigger than me. Like, every time I come around, I'm almost the smallest, like, big, like, compared to the other team. But it's just your work ethic and how much you want the ball.
And for Maddox, what's it feel like being that go-to guy as a junior for your team, averaging 15 points?
It feels good. I feel like I could do a better job in that role, but as of right now, I feel like I'm getting there. I'm doing better.
And so far, it's been a different coach and a lot of different things this season. But what do you guys think the culture's been like this season for the team?
The culture changed because a team's always going to change when a new coach comes, but we starting to get along with it. We starting to adapt to the changes, and we getting there as a team.
With the young coaching staff, how are you guys adapting to like the play style of basketball this year?
It's different, especially from Coach Briggs from last year. It's a whole different system, whole different style of coaching. But I feel like this is what our team needed, and like future run, I feel like it would be better for us.
And lastly, what was your favorite game so far this season?
My favorite game, I don't know, probably Van Horn game. It was a buzzer beater, and yeah, it was just a good game.
Shout out Marzay. Hey, free him.
For you,
They
man.
hit too far.
You know, Marzay, great player. Just got to get his head in the game. But shout out Marzay.
Maddox.
I would say, besides the Van Horn game, Grandview, we started off the season, our first game, with a good team win, and I feel like everybody played their best that game.
And Giovanni, what is your favorite game so far this season?
Oh, it'll have to be the Fort Osage game. Man,
Free R. Kelly.
we had Brady hit 4 threes in a row, which I feel like, dang, like as a freshman hit 4 threes in a row, even though you're on C team, that's pretty good. We had Nicholas, shout out to Nick for hitting a buzzer beater 3 before half, and shout out to me for grabbing 13 rebounds that game. I mean, even though I'm on C team, 13 rebounds is a lot. Yeah, I am a sophomore, so you know what I mean. So, hey, but I feel like, in my personal opinion, that was our best game this year and my favorite game this year.
All right, last question. Charles and Maddox, since you guys are juniors and we'll be back next year, hopefully, is there any young players that are standing out to you right now that you're ready to play with maybe next year?
I'd say, as of right now, Dallas and Bill. Dallas is a freshman, and he's been doing very good as a freshman on varsity. He's been starting a couple games, and he's been putting up buckets and a good stat line. And I'd say just Bill, because he's a pass-first point guard. He's just a good point guard that can get a bucket.
I'll probably shout out
Who do you think is like an upcoming, not upcoming, but like a person you're like a player this year that you're ready to play with next year, or even just a JV player, like someone?
Well, I feel like Jalen's gonna be an important player next year. He's not as right now because he needs to get some stuff and learn stuff from coaches and stuff. But I feel like next year he's gonna be a big piece that we're gonna need.
Jill, you got anything to say?
Yeah, on C team, you know, even though I'm on C team, I see a lot of the freshmen that are, you know, upcoming and stuff. Even though they might not be on varsity or JV, I still see a lot of talent. I want to say like Zayden or Keyshawn or Marcus. Now, if they get their game up, they can definitely play up. Bars.
All right, and that's gonna wrap it up for for the podcast with the boys
Bye.
basketball team.